For a job on The View, it's Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb.
I love Joy.
I'd be perfect for that show.
Really?
Welcome back to xplay.
220 million years ago, a group of animals began to separate themselves.
Animals with strange new powers, like a defensive shield of protein, the ability to control their body temperature.
And most amazingly, the ability to excrete a tasty beverage out of modified sweat glands that are pink and extremely sensitive.
We speak, of course, of mammals, the biological order to which all humans belong.
Except for magician David Copperfield and several members of the '89 Oakland A's.
Recently, a series of children's films has paid tribute to the bizarre, impressive power of mammals.
Mainly that it's slightly harder for us to freeze to death.
Here's our review of Ice Age 2, The Meltdown. We all thought 2006 would mean the return of the Stone Age. Turns out at the box office, Ice Age beats the Stone Age. As in Ice Age 2, The Meltdown. Someone set the icebound Earth on defrost, and it's causing quite a stir amongst its prehistoric inhabitants. Our main characters, Manny the Mammoth, Diego the Saber-toothed Tiger, and Sid the Sloth, are all attempting to flee the scene. But rarely will you be playing any of these characters.
It's just that stinky old bear.
For a majority of the game, you will play as Scrat, a happy-go-unlucky squirrel, rat, marmot, or mammal on a quest for, well, nuts. And by nuts, we're talking about the dried fruit in which the ovary wall turns very hard, stony, or woody at maturity.
I hear they're really tasty.
You know what I mean. Scrat, who is oblivious to the whole meltdown situation, only has one thought on his peanut-sized mind. He's absolutely nuts about nuts. And nuts he shall get. Just like in West Hollywood, by collecting nuts, you get to progress to new levels and unlock special features. Special features that have interviews with Ray Romano, John Leguizamo, and the pirate from Dodgeball.
And that was really pretty much my preparation. It gave me the courage to go in and do Charlie.
Collecting nuts may seem like an easy task, but some nuts are just hard to get a hold of. Sometimes our furry friend has to dig, break ice, or sniff a bush just to obtain a nut. Other times he'll do extreme sports such as scaling walls, cave diving, zip lining, or getting farted on by a flatulent prehistoric bear.
Wow, that was great. I feel like a new bear.
Yeah, you sure don't look like a bear. You look more like an Andaluvian llama. Just like any platformer, Scrat will encounter plenty of enemies, as well as new friends. Friends who will want your help and offer their nuts in return.
Here's that nut.
And just like any video game based on a kid-geared movie, the mini-games are quite plentiful. Everything from playing dead, to throwing rocks at monkeys, to penguin bowling. And in 2 instances, you actually get to play the main characters. Diego has possum bashing, Sid has some sort of DDR-esque air dancing game, while Manny has absolutely nothing.
One truly is the loneliest number.
Ice Age 2 has to be one of the better titles that game companies try to pawn off to kids or nut lovers. The controls are simple, the levels look good, and our little hero is a badass. But collecting nuts isn't really rewarding, and like Scrat, the game is very short. There are only a few notable bosses, like this bunghole with eyes. Oh, did he just crawl into there? We give Ice Age 2 The Meltdown 3 nuts out of 5.
There's nothing worse than when a children's game tries to be hilarious.
Children don't have a sense of humor. They're too busy trying to learn not to defecate on themselves in public.
Children should stick to the things they're good at, looking cute and making shoes in Indonesian sweatshops.
Their tiny hands produce very fine stitching.
I know, you can see it on all the shoes.
Yeah.